Update 1 on Tropical Storm Bavi, which has formed in the West Pacific, not too far from the international dateline, near the Marshall Islands. Currently with winds of 40 miles per hour and a pressure of 996 millibars, position being 7.3 degrees north, 168 degrees east. As of 8 p.m. UTC on March the 11th. The storm's expected to move towards the west-northwest, possibly affecting the Micronesian islands, before moving on to Guam and the Northern Mariana Islands, which it could affect as a typhoon in around 3 or 4 days' time. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Almost a straight line forecast, the storm headed towards the west-northwest in general, and then it will probably weaken after it passes Guam as it heads towards the edge of the warm sea surface temperatures and all that, and then it will probably turn towards the north at some point and turn post-tropical. We do already have some tropical storm watches in effect. These are for some of the southwestern atolls of the Marshall Islands, located here. The western side of that island chain will probably see tropical storm conditions, or at least potential tropical storm conditions over the next 24 to 48 hours, which and also the islands of Cosray and maybe Pohnpei will also be watching out for tropical storm conditions there as well. But apart from that, nothing really until the storm reaches Guam, which isn't a certainty in itself. Sea surface temperatures are fairly warm right now, around 29 or 30 degrees Celsius, certainly warm enough to sustain a tropical cyclone. That gradually decreases as it heads towards the west-northwest before it goes out of the 26 degree zone beyond Guam. Wind shear, however, is a different story completely. Very high amounts towards the north and indeed towards the west as well. The current storm is marked by the L on that bottom right hand corner, and here it is on another image here, the water vapor imagery. You can see Guam on your left hand side there. Drier air towards the north by the looks of things, but moisture is not an issue for Bavi at this time. The latest satellite imagery has shown how the storm's been progressing in the past few hours. There it is. You can see one of the atolls towards the north. I'm not exactly sure which one it is. I think it's the small island of Cosray towards the bottom left of your screen as well, outlined in pink. But the storm in general, it's beginning to get itself, I suppose it looks like a typical weak tropical storm at this time, with that flare up near the centre, but not much else to show for it at this time. So we'll see what happens in the coming hours and days. As of March the 11th at 8 p.m. UTC, it is really busy. 5 cyclones active. Subtropical storm Carrie in the South Atlantic, a rare system, the second one this year. Excalibur still going in the South Indian Ocean. Cyclones Olwyn, Nathan and Pam also in the Southern Hemisphere. Pam still with 130 mile per hour winds, that hasn't gone up. 18 storms have formed so far in 2015 around the world. 8 of those have become Category 1 hurricanes or typhoons with winds of 74 miles per hour or higher, and 6 have gone on to become Category 3 storms with winds of 115 miles per hour or higher. Bavi is number 18 in the tropical storms for this year. Still a long way to go before we reach the final number, of course. You can visit Force 13 on any of its outlets. The website, force13.com, is the main place to be for all the goings-on around the world, storm-wise. Of course, we're on YouTube. Search Force 13 for the past and present videos, and the social pages. Search Force 13 on Facebook, at Force 13 on Twitter. You can also speak to me personally on Skype, at Fool13, for tropical weather chat on there, and you can also ask me for an invite to go into the Force 13 chat room to discuss storms with fellow storm trackers. We're also doing a live update this evening at 9 p.m. on March the 11th. Look out for the link, it will appear shortly on the website and on our social media platforms. That's all for now.